So today's video is going to be a Sephora and an Ulta haul. I got lots of stuff to share with you guys today. It's actually going to be a first impressions as well. I filmed myself applying a bunch of these products, not everything, but I've already tried out the majority of these products at least once, and I am so excited to talk about everything. I just figured a traditional haul was probably not as exciting. So that is what I did for some of these products. And like I said, I purchased all of this stuff on Sephora and Ulta. And I honestly feel like I have discovered some gems in this haul. I was really happy with a lot of these. So let me stop talking and let's get into it. So I picked up 3 new foundations. Why? I don't know. But they were all foundations I was dying to try. And I actually got all of these at Ulta. I'm pretty sure they don't even have these 3 brands at Sephora. But I got the Zoeva Authentic Skin Natural Luminous Foundation. And I got mine in the shade Daring. And immediately this foundation reminded me of the NARS one and the Anastasia one. It has very, very similar packaging. And I actually tried it for the first time when I did the Jaclyn Hill highlighter review. That's the foundation I'm wearing in that video, but I was testing it out with a new primer that I'll talk about in a little bit, and I ended up not liking that primer at all. So I didn't love how my foundation looked at the end of the night, but I know for a fact it was that primer. So I have to try this again because I loved the way that this made my skin look. It just looked so dewy, but also airbrushed. It honestly looked so natural. It wasn't like super dewy to where you looked wet. It was a very beautiful finish. I really, really liked it, and I'm excited to keep testing it out. I really like this packaging. I am a little bit nervous because this has rose hip oil in it, and I don't know if it's like rose water, rose itself. I don't know what about rose that my skin doesn't like, but my skin doesn't like it. So I gotta be careful with this one, or just be extra cautious. So this foundation I was so excited for, like so excited for. It's the main one I wanted. This is the Beauty Bakerie Insta Bake Aqua Glass Foundation. I was really excited to try this because Beauty Bakerie currently has a foundation that is really good. I know a lot of people with oily skin really, really like it. It's really beautiful and you look so flawless, but it's just way too much. It felt a little bit too cakey for me. I have dry sensitive skin. So when I saw that they came out with this foundation, I got really, really excited because it's supposed to still give you that really beautiful, flawless, full coverage look, but it's supposed to be a little bit more lightweight and natural on the skin. So I was like, oh my gosh, please let me love it. And I'm happy to say that I think I really, really, really do. I'm currently wearing it on my skin right now, and I've only been wearing it for a few hours. I did my makeup about 3 hours ago, but I love it. And I felt like I instantly fell in love with it. Like the minute I started to blend this into the skin, I was like, wow, this covers up everything, but honestly just sinks into the skin so well. It looks natural and radiant, yet completely flawless at the same time. I don't know, I think it's so beautiful. I really, really loved the finish. Even in my T-zone area where I tend to look the cakiest, it looked so flawless and so beautiful, and I feel like it still does. I cannot wait to play around with this foundation even more. I am so happy with it so far, and I'm so glad that I bought it. And then the third foundation I bought, I actually haven't tested out yet. It's a little bit too dark for me. I don't know what I was thinking. This is the Kiko Milano Sicilian Notes Full Coverage Hydra Foundation, and it's in the shade Caramel. It's one of those cream foundations that come in like a pot like this, and it even comes with its own little brush. Really cute, really good quality as well. And this packaging is so nice. This feels super, super expensive. I really like it. I've only swatched it, like I dipped my brush in and I started to rub it on the back of my hand just to feel the texture of this foundation, and it actually feels really, really nice. It's so crazy because it feels extremely wet. Like when you put your finger in this, or not your finger, like maybe a spatula, when you feel this foundation for the first time, you're like, oh my gosh, this is super wet. You think this is gonna be like a solid, creamy product, kind of like a mousse. You think you're about to dip your finger into like a mousse texture, but it's not. It's like a solid liquid. It's crazy. It starts to blend out so easily. I definitely understand why it's called the Hydra foundation. There's like a hydrating element to it. I don't know how to explain it. I haven't even put it on my face, but I feel the hydration. And yeah, I'm really excited to test this out. I'll probably mix it in with my white foundation, but I hope it's not too cakey and I hope it looks good. And even though I don't like to like dip my fingers into a pot, I'm just like excited for this for some reason. Okay, let's talk about primers. I picked up 2 of them. Also, both from Ulta. This is mainly an Ulta haul. I picked up the I Love Revolution Banana Split Radiance Primer with vitamin C and E. Okay, let me ask you something. What is up with Makeup Revolution and I Love Revolution? What is the difference? Do you guys know? I think that they're the same brand, or they're probably like sister companies. I'm not sure. I've tried a lot of things from I Heart Revolution that I don't like at all, and I've tried so many things from Makeup Revolution that I love. So I just want to know what's the situation. But I picked up the Banana Split Radiance Primer because I love banana splits, even though I can't eat them anymore because ice cream literally destroys me. But I was really excited for this, especially since I love the scent of bananas. I love bananas. But when I first started to apply this to my skin the other day when I was doing my makeup, I was like, oh boy, oh boy. This is a very intense luminizer. It honestly feels like you're rubbing liquid highlight all over your face. And at first you're like, wow, wow, that looks beautiful. Oh my God. But no, it's like, it's too much. It doesn't look natural and it doesn't feel natural on my skin. Maybe I applied too much that day, but I felt like I looked like the Golden Tin Man. And then on top of that, I didn't feel moisturized at all. Like, this is just strictly a luminizer. If this was like a moisturizing banana split, I wouldn't mind, but just picture this. Imagine rubbing a liquid highlight all over dry skin. It doesn't look good. It does not look good. It ends up emphasizing your dry skin even more because this luminizer dries down and it's not like dewy and moisturizing, you know what I mean? So it ended up not working for me. I felt like the foundation I put on top just looked a little bit dry in certain areas, and I definitely think it was this primer. I don't know, I didn't like this. I didn't like this. This was such an affordable primer, but it's not my thing. It's not my thing. And then the other primer I picked up is from the brand Flesh. I still do not like the name of this brand. It makes me uncomfortable, right? Like flesh. Oh, I got goosebumps just saying that. I just think of like, I'm gonna eat your flesh. So this is what it looks like. I actually love this packaging. It's so pretty. And this is the Fresh Flesh Illuminating Primer. And this primer is really nice actually because it is an illuminating primer. It has like this opaly iridescent shift to it that doesn't show up on the skin at all, but it does kind of like reflect the light a little bit, and it looks really nice. But it is also like silicone based. It's one of those like silicone-y kind of primers that really does help fill in the pores and smooth out the skin. So it's a little bit of both. It's like a luminizing, pore smoothing primer. I used it for the first time today and I really liked it. I feel like my foundation applied so nicely on top, and that's the thing. I don't know if it was the combo of this primer and that foundation or if it was just the foundation, because I love how my skin looked at the end of my makeup. But yeah, so far so good. I'm gonna continue to use this. I really like this. Sometimes primers that are heavy in dimethicone will pill up on my skin, and I didn't find that to be the case with this, so we'll see. Oh wait, I also got this primer. This is kind of a primer, right? This is the Catrice Cosmetics Energizing Prime and Care Spray. It says it revitalizes the skin with grapefruit, kiwi, and vitamin C. And I tested this product out today and I'm on the fence with it. I think it made my skin feel really, really nice, but the mist on this is a little aggressive. It doesn't leave like specific giant water droplets on your face, but it kind of soaks your whole face at once. So it's evenly aggressive, you know, it's not uneven, which I appreciate. And besides that, the other thing I don't love is that it has fragrance in it, which I feel like can be irritating for some people with sensitive skin, but it's so good. It smells so good to me. Like, kind of reminds me of a baby's ass. Like a clean baby's ass. But to be honest, I prefer a mist that doesn't have a fragrance. So, I don't know, I'm gonna play around with this, see how I feel, but I just love testing out mists and sprays. I'm not gonna stop. So I picked up 2 new concealers. Actually, I don't think this is a new concealer, but this is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer. And mama needs as much coverage on her under eyes as possible. And I actually read a lot of good reviews on this concealer, and it's a little bit too deep for me. It's actually like the exact same color of my skin, and I prefer something that's a little bit brighter underneath the eyes. Today was the second time that I used it, and I applied it on top of a different concealer. But the other day when I wore it on its own, I really liked it. I felt like the coverage was there. And the best part is that it looked like that for the entire day. This really is a long wearing concealer. And then the other concealer I got is this. I got the Beauty Bakerie Insta Bake 3-in-1 Full Coverage Concealer. Of course I got the foundation. I had to test out the concealer. And I got mine in the shade 016 Drankenstein. I bought the foundation a little bit too dark, and then I bought the concealer a little bit too light. But this concealer is no joke, guys. This is full coverage. I feel like I didn't even apply that much on my under eyes, and just that little bit that I applied covered up so much. It covered up my entire under eye area. The little goes a very long way with this guy, and I really love that. But I didn't feel like it looked cakey on my under eyes at all. I was so pleasantly surprised. I cannot wait to play around with it even more. I love this applicator, by the way. Like, the wand is so cute. I feel like I haven't really seen a concealer with an applicator like this. It's adorable. But yeah, good stuff. So I picked up 2 things from the brand Well People. One thing I really liked, the other thing not so much. This is the Nudeist Multi-Use Cream in the shade Nude Peach. This is a cream blush. Well, you can use this for like anything. And I love the idea of that. I just don't love this formula that much. It's a little bit hard to blend out. Whenever I use some of my favorite cream blushes, like the M Cosmetics ones, the Glossier ones, the Flower ones, I feel completely comfortable applying those on top of powder. But something about this formula, I definitely feel like it has to go on your face before you apply any powder on top. It might get a little bit weird. I actually haven't tried it like that. I've only used this once, but it was a little bit hard to blend out, and I feel like it's the kind of cream blush you really have to buff into the skin, and you have to take your time blending it. So just be wary of that if you are going to purchase these cream blushes. And I feel really bad because this is such a good, high quality brand in terms of like what they represent and the ingredients that they use. Everything is vegan, non-toxic. It's a super natural brand, which is why it is so pricey. But they do have really nice ingredients, and I like that this is a cleaner brand. I just don't like this formula that much, to be completely honest with you. I have so many cream blushes I like way more than this. So this, however, I really liked, and I can see myself really falling in love with this product. This is the Bio Base Baked Foundation. So technically it's a powder foundation, but it is so lightweight, you barely get any product on the brush. Like, you can swirl your powder brush in here, like, and still you won't even pick up that much product, which I love, especially for my dry skin. When you have dry skin, powder looks bad on it. So I always have to use a very finely milled powder. This one is really good. This one is so creamy, and it has such a lightweight texture. I actually applied it on top of my foundation today with like a big brush, and I felt like I could have kept on going for hours and hours and hours, and I wouldn't have looked cakey. It mattified my skin, but it didn't make me look dry. It's so nice. Speaking of brushes, I got these brushes from Ulta. These are from Equal Tools. I love Equal Tools. They have amazing brushes for such a good price. And this is the Jade Crystal Trio. It comes with a jade crystal here in the middle, and then 2 brushes inspired by the jade crystal. And I just love the idea of this. I love crystals. It's not something I really talk about on my channel all that much, because I do feel like sometimes it's a touchy subject. I am a very spiritual person on my own. Even though it's not something I talk about on the internet all that much, it's a big part of my life and I love it. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, how cute. And these brushes are actually really soft and they feel really nice. And at first, when I saw this, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like that big one. But it's really nice for pressed powder. Like, if you just wanna powder your entire face, this is great because it pushes the product right into the skin. And then this one, I used it to set my under eye concealer. And it is a little bit bigger than I would normally go for, but it's so soft and like fluffy. I really like it, and I'm gonna use it all the time. This could even be like a blush brush, like just for the apples of the cheeks, highlight, contour. This is a good brush. Okay, let's talk about this guy because I have a love-hate relationship with this thing. I don't know if I got this from Ulta or Sephora, but this is the Vampstamp Vise and Virtue Eyeliner with Lash Serum and Makeup Corrector Pen. I love the idea of this, okay? Super genius. So on one side, you have the Vise eyeliner, and it even has a freaking lash serum in it, which is amazing. So like, you're getting skincare on top of an eyeliner. Freaking awesome. And then on this side, you get one of those corrector pens. I love these things. I actually have like 2 sitting right here on my vanity from the brand Brow Food. I love these. You just like correct your eyeliner mistakes. It's like a little eraser pen, like a magic eraser. So the fact that this has it on the other side of the eyeliner is freaking genius, because you can apply your eyeliner, and then if you mess up, all you have to do is flip your pen around and clean it up. It's awesome. But I do not like the formula of this eyeliner. It's just not black enough. This was the first time I used it, and I felt like it had a charcoal undertone, and I did feel like when I went to do my other eye, the pen was already dry. Like, the formula dries so quickly, so I'm not a big fan of that. And another bummer is that it was so easy to use. I feel like I applied my wings perfectly, especially since there was already a little eraser pen on the other side. I think it's unique and it's innovative, it's great. I just don't like the eyeliner. which is the most important part. By the way, if you're wondering what's on my eyes, I'm wearing the Shared Planet Tiger Collection eyeshadow palette. And yeah, these eyeshadows are really, really nice. Good quality. I picked up this blush from Sephora. It's from the new Patrick Ta collection. I got a blush and a lip product. This is in the shade She's Adorable. And this is the Velvet Blush, and I really, really, really love this packaging. This like rose gold is so, so nice. Sure, it gets fingerprinty, but it's pretty. It's such a pretty, rich peach, and I ended up really liking this blush. It did emphasize my pores and my texture in this area right here, just because it's obviously a shimmery kind of blush, and anytime I add anything highlighty on my cheeks, it obviously emphasizes my pores and my texture, but it's nothing too bad. It's nothing that's too pearly and too luminous and highlighty. I also really like that it's not too pigmented. You have to dip your brush into this a couple times to get that really intense pigment, which I do prefer because it does help you build up the color and it just looks a little bit more natural. This is the blush I'm wearing on my face right now. I wish it was a little bit less powdery. Like if it just had a buttery, flaky crust. I just wish the formula was a little bit butterier and smoother, because I feel like it looked a little bit powdery on my skin until I set it down. But that's just me being extra picky. It is a really, really nice blush. And then the lip product I got is the Patrick Ta Silky Lip Cream in the shade She's Independent, which is like this nude mauve color. It's so, so pretty. I'm actually wearing it on top of like a terracotta kind of lip liner that I'll show you in a second. But this formula is really, really nice. It's kind of a mixture between a super matte liquid lipstick. Actually, you know what? It's kind of like the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lips, where it's not as matte as a liquid lipstick. It has more of a creamy consistency and it's a little bit more comfortable on the lips. It's not too thin and matte, which I really, really like. And this does smell really good. I typically don't like mint chocolate chip. Like in real life, I do not like mint chocolate chip. I feel like, why would you ever add something as disgusting as mint to something as beautiful as chocolate? I don't understand. I don't understand that combo. But then again, some people look at me crazy for putting pineapples on my pizza. It's all about preference, I guess. I also think Kit Kats are disgusting. Wafers taste like dirty air. But anyway, I really like this color. And then the lip liner I'm wearing underneath that is from Kiko Milano, and this is part of the Sicilian Notes collection that they have. This is their long-lasting lip liner. I don't know if it's like long-lasting. I've only been wearing it for a few hours, but it feels nice. It's comfortable. I like it. And this one is in the shade Lippenstift. It's a weird name. Lippenstift? Lippenstift. What does that mean? Lippenstift. Oh! Lippenstift just means lipstick in another language. Learning with Kathleen. So is this one just called 03 and not Lippenstick? Oh, how embarrassing, I'm sorry. This is in the shade 03, and it's the lip liner I'm wearing underneath that lip color right now. It's such a beautiful lip liner. I almost didn't want to put on a lipstick because it looked so, so nice. I filled in my entire lips with this, and it has like such a burnt, delicious, warm undertone. I really, really, really like it. It went on super creamy too. Okay, so we have some bronzers. I bought some bronzers. This one is from Kiko Milano. This is their Nourishing bronzer. I love hearing that. Nourishing bronzer? That sounds amazing. But I got mine in the shade 02 Soft Marsala. I love this bronzer, guys, so, so much. It's such a nice bronzer. At first, this little pink situation threw me off when I opened the packaging. I was like, oh. But honestly, when you just swirl your whole brush into this, it's such a pretty color. It's not ashy or muddy. It looks really, really nice on the skin. I feel like it blended out really well. And I noticed that I didn't get any skipping. It didn't like stick to the skin in certain areas. It honestly applied like a dream. I really, really like this. I so see myself using this a lot. And then the other bronzer I got, I ended up really, really liking as well. This is from Makeup Revolution. This is their bronzer reloaded in the shade Take a Vacation. I only applied a little bit of this on the perimeters of my face. I wanted just a touch of this to add a little bit of like a shimmer to the skin. It's not shimmery. It's not like a glittery bronzer, but it has a slight glow to it that just looks so pretty on the skin. And it's actually not very pigmented at all, which normally would be a bad thing, but it honestly applies just the right amount of bronzer. It looks like the sun has kissed your skin. It doesn't look too intense or pigmented. It is so, so pretty. Okay, so I don't know why I bought this. I never use things like this. Where do I go? This is the Shimmer Spritzer from Dry Bar. It's their Rose Gold Finishing Spray, and I tested this out today for the first time. And at first I was spraying this into the light parts of my hair, and I was like, what the hell? This is not working. I feel like I barely see any of the sparkle. What is this? This is a waste of money. And then I turned the bottle over and I started reading it, and I was like, oh wait, this is also a hairspray. It's supposed to provide like a light hold to your hair. So then I started to spray it on my roots because I already had hairspray on my roots, so why not? And then it really showed up on my roots. I was like, oh, okay. This only shows up if you have dark hair because the rose gold is a little bit too similar to my natural hair color. So if you are interested in something like this, make sure your hair is dark. Overall, I would say this is a pass for me. Don't know why I bought it. It's not really my thing. But okay guys, that completes this video. Those were all the products I just recently bought off of Sephora and Ulta. And I feel like I got some winners here today. I got some winners. Some losers, but I got some winners. Anyway guys, that completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Look at Porter. Porter's already getting up from his couch. He's like, oh, that's it. That completes this video. That completes this video. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Because it is an illuminating. This is the Catrice Cosmetics. One kiss is all it takes, falling in love with me. And it's a little bit bigger than I would normally. And
2005, the New South Wales Park.
Are you the smartest puppy in all the land put? Are you the smartest put in the whole world put?